Sedmi dakle. Sve da. Dosta. Vishnupada Krishna Prastadutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna. Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaura Premanam.
Gaura Premanande. Drage bakte, dragi gostje, dobrodošli na nedeljskem srečanju v skupnosti za zavest Krišne. Prvo se bi rad zahvalil krasnim badžanom pod vodstvom Harina Mruči Prabuja, kot tega, ki je vodil na harmoniju, potem na mridangi Bhakta Jan, back vokal oziroma na flauti Bhaktina Špela in tudi hvala vam zbrano občinstvo za sodelovanje. Gaura Premanande. Sledi predavanje njegove svetosti, Prahladananda Swami Maharaja, na temo Enakost, vizije. Seveda po predavanju sledi Gaur Arati, po Gaur Aratuju sledi obvestila ter šrada obred, potem prasadam, na koncu pa tako kot vedno ob 7 uri program plus za Lalita Govinda Prabhujam. Najbolje je, da povabimo Maharaja na Vyasa-san. Dear Maharaj, please can you come to the Vyasa-san and enlighten us with your wisdom and your lecture.
Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Kauravani Pracharine Nirvitesa Shunyavadi Askatyade Satarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Brahmadakacharya Asidhara Sadushi Shimad His Divine Grace Shalasi Bhaktivedanta Smaraj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hariva Slava Zavrani Bhakta Slava Shri Guru Shri Garangi Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamane Namaste Saraswatunde Re Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Askadyade Siddharne Om Agana Dvarandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chaksuramilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Pandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Sabadutam Pridana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vasakan Svitam Cha Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinavanda Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Takanshina Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishubhana Sudadevi Pranamami Hri Priye Vanchakapa Drubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patiranam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pranityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Thank you for coming. I'm going to read from the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter 5, Karma Yoga, Action, Krishna Consciousness, text number 18. I had a 28 kid on there. It's a nice verse also. I'll just start reading the verse now. Vidyavanaya sampane brahmani gavi hastani shuni chaiva svapake cha pandita samadarshanaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with an equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmin, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater. Outcast. Purport. A Krishna-conscious person does not make any distinction between species or castes. The Brahmin and the outcast may be different from the social point of view, or a dog, a cow, and an elephant may be different from the point of view of species, but these differences of body are meaningless from the point of view of a learned transcendentalist. This is due to their relationship to the Supreme. For the Supreme Lord, by His plenary portion as Paramatma, is present in everyone's heart. Such an understanding of the Supreme is real knowledge. As far as the bodies are concerned in different castes or different species of life, the Lord is equally kind to everyone, because he treats every living being as a friend, yet maintains himself as Paramatma, regardless of the circumstances of the living entities. The Lord as Paramatma is present both in the outcast and in the Brahmana, although the body of a Brahmana and that of an outcast are not the same. The body's material productions of different modes of material nature, but the soul and the supersoul in the body are of the same spiritual quality. The similarity in the quality of the soul and the supersoul, however, does not make them equal in quantity. The individual soul is present only in that particular body, whereas the Paramatma is present in each and every body. Krishna conscious person has full knowledge of this, and therefore he is truly learned and has equal vision. The similar characteristics of the soul and the supersoul are they are both conscious, eternal and blissful. But the difference is that the individual soul is conscious within the limited jurisdiction of the body, whereas the supersoul is conscious of all bodies. The supersoul is present in all bodies without discrimination. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Buddhaya Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskyadyade Siddharne. Of the verse again. Vidya Vanaya Sampani Brahmani Gavi Hastani Shuni Chaiva Swapake Cha Pandita Samadarshanaha. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with an equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater outcast. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested this, or showed this equality when he went into the Jharikanda forest, because there were tigers, there were deer, there were elephants, there were so many animals. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was with his servant Balabhadra, when he saw the tigers, he became very much afraid. Matter of fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu practically stepped on a tiger. Something you usually don't like to do. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simply told the tigers, chant Hare Krishna. And the tiger stood up and started to chant Hare Krishna. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw some elephants, wild elephants, not the ones that you see in a circus, he threw some water on them and told them also to chant Hare Krishna. And they started to roll on the ground in ecstasy, the elephants. And by the time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was getting all the animals in the forest to dance, then they were so ecstatic that the deer and the tiger wound up kissing each other, embracing and kissing each other. Something you don't usually see in a zoo nowadays. Now, Eko Baridai Tribhuvanenai Emono Doliadata Pashu Pakajure Pashani Vitare Shunigelo Gunagata. So this is what was described by, I believe it's Narottam Das Thakura, as proof of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's potency. Parama Karuna Paudwijana Nityai Gora Chandra Sabhavatara Sarashiramani Kevala Anandakanda. That Parama Karuna, the most merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, they've come Parama Karuna Pahodwijana Nityai Gora Chandra Sabha-avatar. They're the essence of all the incarnations. The essence of all the incarnations is to distribute love of God. But before we come to love of God, first of all, we have to get out of the bodily concept of life. So the bodily concept of life means we see things in terms of our own consciousness. We don't exactly see things as they are. We see things through the lens of the modes of material nature that we're conditioned by. For instance, someone may be walking down the street in Tivoli Park, and they'll see all the good places to sleep when night comes. Someone else may come to Tivoli Park and think if I can buy part of it, I could cut down all the trees and sell them at a profit. Someone else will come to the park and hear the sound of the birds and the bees and smell the flowers and think this is a very nice place. And someone else may come and chant Hare Krishna and try and liberate the trees and the plants and the bees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was talking to Haridas Thakur, he was lamenting that I've delivered so many living entities. How is that we can actually deliver the non-moving living entities like the trees and the plants and other such moving entities? And Haridas Thakur said, by the loud chanting of the holy name, that, my Lord, that even the non-moving living entities will be delivered. That what we hear as the echo is actually their chanting of the holy name. In other words, a devotee, he actually is interested in serving the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and part of that mission is to bring Krishna's children back to the spiritual kingdom. That's the equality. That's how we realize the equality of all living entities in this age. Otherwise, previously, people would have to go through many thousands of years, if not thousands of births, before they could actually attain the vision of equality, the vision of the soul and the super soul. We don't have so much time. But that equality will be manifested when we actually become interested in distributing the holy name to all living entities and seeing the effect that it has. That as we become expert at chanting Hare Krishna, chanting and hearing, and eventually remembering Krishna, then we'll actually experience how others will actually become affected by this chanting. That if one goes, for instance, on book distribution, many people look to our conditioned vision as if they're hopeless cases of conditioned life. But somehow or another, many times the devotees are surprised that someone who looks like they could be completely indifferent, they become greatly interested in purchasing the books and even chanting Hare Krishna. Because Krishna consciousness is transcendental, and everyone is eligible. Of course, not everyone is necessarily inclined. As a matter of fact, I remember when I was going to the University of Texas in Austin, I had a temple, I was a member of a temple there. I was the temple president. And I was doing programs at the university. And I was a psychology major at the University of Buffalo, so I thought, well, let's go to the psychology department. Maybe they'll be interested. And I was completely wrong. They were completely opposed to what we were doing. As a matter of fact, the more intellectual one becomes, at least in terms of modern education, the more one's opposed to Krishna consciousness. Because their whole idea is how to become God yourself, not how to serve God. Therefore, one may progress, for instance, from the stage of being a Shudra, to the stage of being a Vaishya, to the stage of being a Kshatriya, to the stage of being a Brahmana. And in the Brahman vision is explained here, transcendental vision, to see everyone equally. But one can also progress from being a Mudha to a Naradama, to a Maya Pritigyana, to Asuram Bhavam Ashritya. In other words, one can progress from being a fool to a sinful person, to a mental speculator, to a complete atheist. So, generally speaking, to become a complete atheist requires some education. And that requires some hearing, learning how to hear from the right persons who can actually convert you into a complete demon. And that may require many births also to come to that platform. But it's possible if you do enough sinful activities for long enough, you may come to the platform of being able to convince everyone that there is no God, or that everyone is God, or that you don't need God. You yourself are God. So they see everyone unequal, and the devotee sees everyone equal. In other words, one is cultivating one's false ego, and the other one is cultivating one's spiritual identity. Therefore, the Hare Krishna movement is actually helping us to see everyone on the same spiritual platform, so that we can appreciate that everyone is actually part of the same spiritual family, and that simply because they've forgotten Krishna, we find ourselves in this rather unpleasant circumstances of living in the material world. But if they simply can add Krishna to their lives in some way or another, then their whole problem will be solved. Now in the Varnashram system, there's a process of gradually convincing people that Vishnu is actually supreme. But in the Hare Krishna movement, we directly serve Vishnu, Krishna, and therefore Krishna reveals himself as supreme. Supreme in the sense that not that he's just the controller of the universe, but he's actually everyone's friend. And that he's actually the most, not only the friend, but he's the most attractive person. And that everyone can become attracted to Krishna if they follow the simple process of devotional service. So we don't have to go through a whole process of following rules and regulations to give up these sinful activities, or trying to conquer our minds, etc., by cultivating knowledge and philosophy and austerity. Just by chanting the holy name offenselessly. In other words, the holy name is, when we're chanting, is a great filter for all our misconceptions. Not only when we're chanting, but also when others are chanting. If we can chant Hare Krishna and simply listen and chant to Srimati Radharani and Krishna, simply with the mood of asking them to engage us in their loving service. We don't have to know a whole lot of philosophy. We just have to know that philosophy, that Krishna and his name are non-different. And that if we chant happily, lovingly to Srimati Radharani and Krishna to engage us in their loving service, then they'll be very happy to do that. Just by that little desire on our part to engage in their loving service, then they'll reveal themselves to us, and then we'll understand what love actually means. Loving service means. We can't understand it unless they reveal it to us. And they won't reveal it to us unless we sincerely ask for it. And we can sincerely ask for it just by practice, trying to practice, and then trying to do something to serve their mission. And their mission is just that. Bhaja, Bhaja, Vai, Chaitanya Nitai. To get people to worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by getting them to chant Hare Krishna and understand simply that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They're a dearmost friend. They're a dearmost well-wisher. The controller of everything. And not only he's controlling everything, but at every moment, eternally, we've always had a relationship with Krishna. He's always been our dearmost friend. We've always been with Krishna, eternally. And even now we're with Krishna. The only problem is we're asking Krishna for all the wrong things. Sometimes. But we can ask for the right things also. But most people in the material world, they just don't know what to ask to Krishna for. They've been misled. Now in Kali Yuga, it's really simple. People are completely confused. They have no idea what to ask Krishna for. Therefore, they're asking him for the most insignificant things. Crazy things. Like I mentioned before, that when the iPhone came out, like 10 years ago, there was one boy in China, he was so much enamored by the propaganda of the iPhone. But he couldn't afford it. It was too expensive in China. So he decided that he'd sell his kidney in order to get enough money to buy an iPhone. So that's what he did. He sold his kidney and he got an iPhone. And because there was a little extra money, he was able to buy an iPad also. So it wasn't so bad. But then he had some problems with his urinary tract. His mother noticed it, so she took him to the hospital, find out he was missing a kidney. But he did have an iPad and an iPhone. So people are so misled, they'll even sell their own bodies for something insignificant. Because they don't know, Nate vidu swartagatim hi Vishnu. And they're simply looking around who their hero is. People don't see things equally in the material world. They simply see things in terms of material advancement. So they're looking for someone who they think, in their own estimation, is the most materially advanced. And that may differ according to what mode of material nature that people are in. When I was distributing books in Australia, at that time, there was a lot of people. There were a lot of punks. You know what a punk is? I don't think they're around anymore. Distributing books, we used to say, "We're monks." And we ask people, "Do you know what a monk is?" And they go, "I think so." And we say, "We're not a punk. We're not a skunk. We're a monk." The punks have disappeared. They're the people who used to pierce their ears. They used to put a pin in their nose, pierce their nose, pierce their eyebrows. Instead of tattoos, they had rings all over their body. And the more rings you have, the higher on the scale of being a punk you are. It's like the tattoo people. You ever see people with tattoos all over their body and their face? It's a competition. Even someone tried to tattoo their eyebrows, the inside of their eyebrows, to win the competition. So for them, the person with the most tattoos, he was the highest elevated on the scale of being tattoo monger, or a punk, and skunk. And on the mode of passions, people have the most money. I mean, who do they interview? The people who were able by hook and usually by crook. Hook and crook means they cheated people. They're more or less, you cheat people, that's how you make money in the material world, a lot of money. You claim that something that's useless is worth so much money. And then people, by a lot of propaganda, they think, it's true. It must be worth it. Otherwise, why so much propaganda for it? So therefore, people are rich, or people are famous, or they're talented in some sport, or some actress or actress. They become the hero. They become the person that you desire to become like. I don't know here in Slovenia, but when they came out with the Spider-Man movies, then little children started to dress in Spider-Man costumes. And when I grew up, Superman was the hero. The comic book Superman. And so little children, in their imagination, they imagine, if I simply put on a cape with a big S on it, then I become Superman. And it's a fact, in my neighborhood, some children jumped off their buildings thinking that the cape, they'd be able to fly. They were greatly disappointed, though. And in the mode of goodness, of course, there's those who are interested in ecology, who are interested in philanthropy, whatever. So whatever is considered good in the estimation of worldly people. But there are actually people interested in doing good to others. But all of them, they're in the Bali concept of life. And therefore they value their contribution to society in terms of the mode of nature they're in. Now, the devotees are trying to liberate people from these material concepts of life. And most people are absorbed in the material concept of life. They're trying to become better than anyone else in their concept of life. And when someone comes along and tells them we're here to take you out of the bodily concept of life, people, they think you're crazy. That's the only thing I have going for me, is my conception of life. Like one lady wrote a book, it was The Strange Sex Life of the Hare Krishna Devotees. She actually wrote a book on it. And do you know what the strange sex life of the Hare Krishna devotees is? They're celibate. So that was considered to be rather odd. In other words, most people have no idea, they have no conception of what we're trying to do. As a matter of fact, maybe sometimes we don't have any conception of what we're trying to do also. To actually see everyone as a spiritual being and to convince them that they can make their lives successful just by chanting Hare Krishna and learning the science of chanting Hare Krishna. They can awaken their spiritual identity. They can awaken their consciousness of Krishna and actually become eligible to live an eternal life full of bliss and knowledge just by doing that, without having to going through the whole complications of meditating or pressing their nose or working in investing in real estate to make a fortune. They can make their lives actually successful by becoming full of bliss, full of knowledge and eternal. And everyone has that opportunity. Anyone who can take, has a little bit of piety, perhaps, that they're willing to invest a little time in listening to a devotee, using their intelligence, and then just trying out chanting Hare Krishna. We don't have to convince people of elaborate amounts of philosophy. If we can just get people to chant around a day on japa beads, their lives will change. Of course, for those who are more intellectual, if they read the Bhagavad Gita, again and again, Bhagavad Gita will tell us, Samam pashanhi sarvatra samam vashtitam ishvaram ihinasyatmanatmanam tatoyati param gatim. He'll tell us again and again, Krishna is with us. He's with everyone. And whatever desire we have, whatever strong desire we want to fulfill, Krishna will help us fulfill it as Paramatma. And if somehow or another we or others can become convinced that the most important desire is to realize our eternal relation with Krishna, then Krishna will also help us fulfill that desire. That's the desire that Krishna wants to help us fulfill. But if we have other desires, he'll also help us fulfill those desires, because Krishna is neutral. He doesn't force us to love him. He doesn't force us to become Krishna conscious, but that's what he wants. And if we want that, he'll help us in all respects. Otherwise, we have a mixture of those things. The Krishna will help us a little bit here, a little bit here, and he'll also help us make some progress in Krishna consciousness until we become convinced Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purushapara, that simply by focusing our mind on Krishna, like Dhruva Maharaj did. Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted a kingdom greater than that of his great-grandfather, Lord Brahma. Of course, our desires are not so strong. We just want a little house. Give me a house, give me a wife, give me a color. Give me a house, give me a wife. Let's see. Give me a color TV. Om Jai Jagadisha Hari. We don't desire a big planet because we don't believe in those things. Why would we actually try to get a kingdom greater than our grandfather, Lord Brahma? We don't even know who our grandfather is. We'll be lucky if we try to get a house as big as our grandfather. What to speak of our Lord Brahma. Still, Dhruva Maharaj, he had that vision who his great-grandfather was, and he went through great austerity to concentrate his mind. He wasn't just fasting from food because he wanted to lose weight. He wanted to concentrate his mind, so he fasted from food. Well, he only ate kapita fruit for the first month every third day. And then he only drank a little, and only ate leaves that fell from the tree. Luckily, it was autumn in Vrindavan at that time, so there were some leaves falling from the tree. Every sixth day. And then he drank only a little bit of water every ninth day, the third month. There was no internet, there was no Facebook. there is no temple for him to do service at. His whole service is just focusing his mind on Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and worshiping the deity he himself had made. So this austerity that he went through completely focused his mind, because what is our distraction? Eating, sleeping, sometimes mating or defending. But this is the main distraction in the material existence. But he freed himself from those material distractions one by one. He stopped eating, he stopped drinking, he even stopped breathing. And then he was able to focus his mind completely upon Krishna. And when Krishna, as Prishnigarbha, revealed himself both internally and externally, Dhruva Maharaj was overwhelmed with spiritual love and bliss. And when he was offered the kingdom of his grandfather, greater than the kingdom of his grandfather, he wasn't even interested. He said, now I was looking for some broken pieces of glass, but now I found a diamond like you. So that diamond is available for all of us. We don't even have to go through the same austerity that Dhruva Maharaj did. We can chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, but we even have a greater benediction. We have the benediction of the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to spread the holy name and to chant it. And by doing that, all benedictions will be there. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So now it's time for Arti. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande.
Thank you, Maharaj, for a nice, inspiring lecture. Sledi ples in petje pred božanstvi, Gor Arati. Shri Pancha Tattva Bhagavana Ki, Shri Gornitai Ki, Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Ki, Gaura Premanande.
Vasa Chatradhara Hariva Asi Ache Goraka Atna Singhata Hribo. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hribo. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hribo. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gauranga Nityananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gauranga Nityananda Prabhupada Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gauranga Nityananda Prabhupada Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango. Nitai Gaurango. Nitai Gaurango. Hey! Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Gaur Premanande.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Prabhudakacharya Asadhara Siddhu Shri Shriman. His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Prabhudakacharya Asadhara Siddhu Shri Shriman. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhadraganath Shri Jeev Gopala Dasraganath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premjago Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pranityananda Shad Vaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govindam Ki Jai. Matharadam Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Navruit Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai, ISKCON Ljubljana Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Srimati Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Shri Panchatattva Ki Jai, Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Haribo, Slava Zabrani Bhaktam. Slava Zabrani Bhaktam, Slava Zabrani Bhaktam, Slava Shri Gurui Shri Gurangi. Namo Vishnu Vadaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatam Kanakalaye Ito Nishingha Parato Nishingo Yato yato yamita to nishinha Bahir nishingo ridaye nishingo Na shringam adhim sharanam prapaye Tavakara Kamala Varenaka Adbhuta Shringa Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narirupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Lakshmi Singha Bhagavan Ki Jai, Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Haribo.
Gaura Prahladanande. Sledijo še obvestila, potem pa seveda obljubljen prisadam strani Maharaja in kar Maharaj reče, to se bo tudi zgodilo. Bliža se nam obisk njegove milosti Hari Prasad Prabhuja in sicer pride v soboto 10. avgusta in bo z nami 18 dni. Prav tako bo z nami tudi na poletni jatri, tradicionalnem duhovnem umiku, kjer ste še vedno vabljeni, lepo, da se prijavite. Potekal bo od 13. avgusta do 17. Prihajajo posebni gosti, kakor je njegova svetost Čandramali Swami Maharaj, njegova milost Hari Prasad Prabhu in seveda tudi odlična kirtanija, njegova milost Ođašvi Prabhu. Vse skupaj se bo dogajalo na Pohorju, vljudno vabljeni. Informacije pa dobite v tempelski trgovinici ali pri Ananta Prabhuju. Še vedno je tudi z nami Bhagavat Deva Dharma Prabhu in sicer njegove delavnice oziroma glasbene, vajšnavski tečaji, mridange, karatal, harmonija in tudi petja. Za več informacij lahko se obrnete na Lila Šuko Prabhuja ali pa vprašate tudi v tempelski trgovinici. Vsi vemo, da se v tem mesecu bliža veliki festival Džan Maštami in sicer v ponedeljek 30. avgusta, en teden prej bo Balaram Purnima, potem dan kasneje, 31. avgusta, bo pa Vyasa Puja, dan pojavitve Šrila Prabhupade. Ja, Gaura Prahladanande, Hari Hari Bol. Upam, da že nastrpno čakate te festivale, mogoče je kakšna meditacija je v pripravi oziroma se pripravljate na to. Lahko se pa tudi udeležite festivala oziroma lahko tudi podarite nekaj gospodu Krišni za njegov rojstni dan. In sicer moja daritev gospodu Krišni pa lahko izvedete tako, da se oglasite v tempelski trgovinici in povprašate, na kakšen način bi lahko nekaj podarili Krišni za njegov rojstni dan. Danes je bila pripravljena tudi pojedina, se pravi vegetarijanska pojedina strani Matajis, Nataka Chandrika Mataji in Šravana Revnija Mataji sta bile v kuhinji. Imela sta seveda tudi pomoč Prabhujev, ki zdaj čistijo in tudi vseh tistih, ki so prej pripravili bogo, jo naseckali. Današnja pojedina bo pa tudi sponzorirana strani Radharani in Sašo Topiča za družino in sicer ob nedavnem preminutju mame Sharanagati Devi Dasi. In v ta namen bomo izrekli molitev Pančatatvi in prosili za vse blagoslove. Mogoče nekaj besed o Mataji. Jaz jo sicer nisem poznal, poznam pa njeno čudovito hčerko Radharani in glede na kvalitete, ki jih ima Radharani, lahko rečemo, da je bila čudovita mama. Zato iz vsega srca zaželite ji najboljše blagoslove, da bo tudi ona prišla lepo nazaj oziroma da je že z gospodom doma. Dragi Šri Pančatatva, Šrila Prabhupada in vsi ačarje, ponižno se vam priklanjamo. Ob tej priložnosti vas prosimo, da naklonite svojo brezvzročno milost duši, ki smo jo v tem življenju poznali kot Sharanagati Devi Dasi, mama Bhaktine Radharani Topič. Naj ta duša končno dobi vaše zavetje, ki je v razburkanem oceanu življenja edino stanovitno in izpolnjujoče. Naj na svoji poti, ki je ne poznamo, stopi v smer svoje izvorne ljubezni do vas, samo izpolnitje. Prosimo vas, odpustite vse napake in jo vodite nazaj v njen izvorni dom. Hvala vam za uslišanje naših molitev. Vsi skupaj bomo pa 3-krat v en glas izrekli Mahamantro Hare Krišna. Hare Krišna, Hare Krišna, Krišna Krišna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krišna, Krišna Krišna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krišna, Krišna Krišna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hvala vam. Prasadam se bo delil zunaj, pod šotorom. Vljudno vabljeni na prasadam. Seveda prednost imajo otroci, potem družine, starejši, vajšnave, bahte in potem mi. Seveda pa program se bo zaključil na koncu z tradicionalnim programom plusom, z Lalita Govinda Prabhujom ob 7 uri, tako da vljudno vabljeni in prijeten program vam želim še naprej. Gaura Pramanande, Hari Hari Bo. Še molitev pred prasadom. Sharira vidya jal, jodendriya tahekal, jive pele vishaya sagore, taramadya jivati, loba moj sudhurbati, takechita katrina samsare, Krishna voda doya moj, kori bare jiva joy, svaprasata nadilo bai, Senamrita pao, Radha Krishna kuna gao, Preme ko Shashitane tai. Shri Pancha Tattva Mahaprasadam ki jai.